This episode will contain themes about alcohol and alcohol abuse. If you are affected by any of this, please go to drinkaware.co.uk. Hello and welcome to Spooning with me, Mark Wogan. We are in Home Slice City, which regular listeners and viewers will know I have a vague connection to. But we will not dwell on that because we need to talk about my very special guest, who today will be trying some food that they say they love and some food that they say they hate. However, they will, of course, be blindfolded while they try this. It's a trust exercise. Anyway, who is my very special guest? So they came to our attention via a borough of London. They then went on to be a style icon, fashion icon, just a general icon, and has written a book about being a bad drunk. Their words, not mine. Will you please welcome to Spooning with Mark Wogan, Millie Mackintosh.
Hello.
How are you?
That was a very nice introduction.
Well, we try. But obviously life started out not anywhere near Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it started out, was it Bath? No, you grew up in Bath.
Wiltshire,
and then you moved to Bath?
Yeah.
Is that correct? And your parents had a deli.
They did.
You were ingrained in food from a very early age.
It was called Mackintosh of Marlborough.
Oh, right.
And it was
How did they come up with that name?
It was literally like an Aladdin's cave of goodies. And I feel so lucky to do it. That my palate from a young age was, fine foods.
Mm. But I think that, I love a good deli. Like a proper deli is one of those places I can go, because I've got a vague interest in food, that I can go and hang out in for hours. It drives my wife mad. She's like, look at this. It was like, that's going to end up in the back of a cupboard. You'll never use it. But that's not true. I always use it. What was your favourite things in the deli growing up?
So I used to go in a lot on weekends. My dad would be working and sometimes just hang out with him. My mum had a kitchen underneath. She had a catering. So
mum was the cook in the family?
And she would cook things that they sold in the shop as well. But my favourite things to eat was either like the candied nuts.
Oh, but they would have been quite exotic.
Yeah.
Then.
Like sugar-coated nuts. So they were delicious. And then all the different cheeses, salamis, even things like anchovies.
I love an anchovy. Me too. Anchovy, very underrated. However, I like an anchovy on a pizza. You stated you liked something which is controversial on a pizza. We are here in Home Slice and we keep getting asked by our guests to cook it. The last one was Natasha Hamilton. Please tell the people at home what you like on a pizza.
Okay, so don't judge me. I love a Hawaiian pizza, ham and pineapple. Yes. But I really have a thing for that flavour combination of the sweet and salty.
I love that.
So that's what it is. It's like the salty.
So that's the same with the candied nuts, really. Yeah.
I love a sweet and salty flavour combination. Just does something to my taste buds. And it just, a pizza's quite kind of indulgent, and that's kind of my comfort food. But a lot of places don't do Hawaiian. No,
because there's a certain snobbery around it. And look, one of my food mentors, who is a man called Gennaro Contaldo, if you merely mention pineapple near a pizza, he will disown you. So
it's shocking.
I do actually like it as well. I think it's a good combination.
Yeah.
What I like is to then add an element of spice to that.
Yeah.
Do you like spicy? It's not a big thing for you, spicy, is it?
It's not super hot spice. I love flavour, but not like I'm sensitive to spice. I will blow my head off and then I kind of can't taste anything. No. But I said on your essay with Natasha Hamilton, you said you used to do a duck pizza.
Yes.
That sounded amazing.
It was amazing. Unfortunately, the interesting people at the Environmental Health Office told us to stop cooking it because we were serving the duck breast rare. It's like, how else are you supposed to have duck breast?
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, we won't dwell on that because we'll probably end up in some sort of, list of people who's going to be targeted by them. Growing up, our perception of you is this sort of epitome of glamour and sophistication and all that sort of thing. But growing up wasn't easy for you, was it? School was tough.
Yeah, I was undiagnosed with ADHD.
Yep.
So I think understanding that now kind of explains why I found school really difficult. I had really a pretty idyllic childhood, kind of in this beautiful village. And it was kind of more as I got into my teens, I'd say that things got really difficult.
The minute hormones get involved.
Yeah,
it
kind of
starts
from about 12.
But not just for you. I think it's for the kind of, for your peer group as well. Everyone becomes a little bit sort of gnarly and unpleasant as they try and discover who they are. And you can either be, I think you end up in one of two camps. You're either the victim of that, or you are the perpetrator of that. And when I was growing up, I found I was in both camps.
Okay.
It was like I was a victim of it, so I found the one way to counteract it was to become the perpetrator, and
because it
went to a lot of different schools.
Yeah, I went to a lot of different schools too. I went to 5.
Oh, you beat me. I was only 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean by that, because you're just trying to survive.
No, and it's kids are undeniably cruel.
Yeah.
And I think we now understand so much more about the human mind and development and all that sort of stuff. But you were diagnosed with ADHD in 2022, is that correct?
Yeah.
Did that diagnosis help or confuse further? How did you find it?
It really helped me.
Yeah.
It really helped me have more compassion for myself, helped me to understand why I've done certain things in the past, why I've made certain mistakes, why I've, reacted a certain way, even just down to how difficult I found school.
Yeah.
And it's helped me to also kind of look at like my lifestyle and like what I'm putting on my plate and what I can manage, understanding, okay, if I have 3 really busy days of work or socializing, whatever it is, I need like a day of like rest because I burn out really easily and I need to recharge.
But when you're burning, you burn extra bright.
Right.
And it's interesting because I had a late life diagnosis as well. And I think it was in no small part as to why I was essentially self-medicated with alcohol and drugs.
Like so many people do with ADHD.
But I think it is, would you determine yourself as, and this is where there's a kind of line that I think is slightly blurry for me, is do you count yourself as someone who medicated their condition with alcohol?
Yeah.
Or someone who had a problem with alcohol and also happened to have this condition?
I would say medicated.
Yeah.
That was, the most accessible medicine I could find.
Well, it's legal.
Which was also socially acceptable and encouraged. And when I, would drink and have, a couple of drinks, I'd reach that point where my brain just slowed down. Like there wasn't suddenly all this noise and I had that relief. And then I just wanted to keep that feeling. And then, just wanted to keep drinking. Didn't really have an off switch.
I think, but it's also the thing that I recognize about me is I got sober at 23, right? So I always say that, and I started very similar to you. I started drinking really early.
Yeah.
Like what were you, 13, 14 when you discovered alcohol, and I was the same. And it's that thing where therefore my sort of emotional development ceased at that point, because whenever I found anything difficult, I drank or took drugs on it. So I came into my sort of early 20s with the sort of emotional capacity of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Was that something you experienced as well?
I think, when you're learning to socialize and you're using alcohol to feel comfortable about yourself and who you are, and you're actually masking who you actually are, and you don't even really know who you are yet, but
Clueless, I was.
You're becoming somebody that's not very authentic when I'm not going to speak for other people because it's real. I think alcohol obviously affects people so differently. For me, I was masking and definitely becoming a different kind of persona when I drank. And that was the kind of persona that I thought would be accepted, and I thought that would be liked, and I thought that would be safer to be. And it was also partly attention seeking and kind of wanting validation. And it wasn't until I actually stopped drinking that I was like, okay, I need to just like take the mask off.
And what has that been like for you? Because in relative terms, it's a few years.
Yeah.
I mean, 4,
Yeah,
in
it'll be
fact.
4 years this summer. It's been incredibly freeing.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I was really worried about, which seems so silly to me now, was, will people still like me? Like, you know, people kind of, but actually people didn't even like me when I was drunk because I was a bad drunk.
Most people were really relieved when I stopped drinking.
Yeah, I think they were for me too.
Especially my parents.
I felt like I was letting people down if I wasn't drinking because I was so used to being that person that you could count on to like bring the party, to like be the wild, fun one. You're like, oh, Millie's here. She's going to like spice things up a bit.
But then because of your experience, you decided to write it down. And
yes,
what would in many people's eyes be described as a cruel title about yourself.
Yes.
Bad Drunk.
I think it's a brilliant title.
I think it's great. And I think it's brave. It's owning it.
It's exactly.
Don't shy away from it.
It's owning it. It's owning it. And it's, for me, this book was really about trying to break down the stigma around having a problem with alcohol, because it's seen as this shameful thing, like to be somebody that can't really handle their drink in our society. And you actually break that down.
I mean, you know, in traditional terms.
Well, I could until
you could put it away.
I could until I couldn't, you know, until I crossed that line, which I could never see. Every time I was like, I'm going to drink just tequila tonight. I'm only going to have 3 drinks. I'm going to finish drinking at 9. I know all the rules. I tried every different rule and like, I just couldn't moderate.
Yeah. We just end up back in the same place going, how did I get here?
How did I get here again? I was a bad drunk, and I wrote this book for other bad drunks who want to break the cycle and live a life free from alcohol.
I think all too often when I see alcohol either depicted in, you know, or issues with alcohol depicted in film, television, or books, it has an inauthenticity to it. Do you agree with that? It's like you see sort of, you know, stories about people going to rehab and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I went. I was like, nothing like that. You
know, I mean, I haven't personally experienced rehab, so I can't. But I know lots of other people that have been.
But I mean, have you ever had any moments where, as is the parlance, you've had to white knuckle it, where you thought, all I want to do now is that, because I hate how I feel?
Yes. I have learned to be more comfortable with sitting in discomfort. And one of my biggest challenges has been, you know, I get panic attacks. And it's when I'm in that anxiety and I'm, you know, it's actually just been about being okay with it. And kind of being like, I will get through it.
For someone who's never had a panic attack, try and describe what that feels like or when it's happening to you. Because I always think this is an interesting thing. So people go panic attack and then we're like, well, what is that?
Yeah. And again, I think it's another thing that's so important to talk about and normalize. I have different variations of a panic attack. I've got about 3 different types.
What's your favorite?
So like, I'm going to pass out.
Yeah.
So vision goes blurry, feel really faint, feel dizzy, feel like I'm going to have to go and lie down. Feel like my blood pressure is dropping. That's one. I get one where I feel very sick. But that's one.
What, like nauseous? Sick?
I used to have this more when I was younger. I would feel like I was going to throw up, and I would have to like immediately kind of like bolt out of wherever I was and just go and lock myself in a bathroom. And then the kind of scariest one is that I'm going to die. And that's normally either a feeling I get this like throat constriction. I also can get chest pains and a feeling of pressure on my chest.
So like almost like a heart attack.
Like a heart attack, like where I can't breathe. My throat's constricting. My throat goes really dry and like tight and feels like I can't swallow or breathe. And then I can start hyperventilating and like feel like I'm in a blackout. That's my like kind of scariest one.
Because you touched on with food that, you know, part of having the diagnosis of ADHD is you understand what it is you do and do not need to put into your body. And I think we all underestimate, you know, people talk about the gut being the second brain.
Which it so is.
And I think if you are under stress and trouble, it's like I always used to throw up on a Sunday night before going back to school.
Yeah,
Without fail.
scaries. I used to have that Sunday night. I didn't throw up, but I would just remember like the fear of a Sunday night going back to boarding school.
But what kind of coping strategies do you put in place now, as opposed to the ones you used to have, that are like you can feel that coming on? How do you abate that now?
So now I do a couple of different things. I have like grounding techniques. So I try and just come into my body and out of my head. So even like whatever's available to me in the space that I'm in, but like I'll try and like always carry like as an essential oil. So like smelling something, that's quite a good way to get quickly out of your head. Changing your temperature. So if suddenly having a really cold shower, or like running your wrists under really cold water, putting your hands in a bowl of ice water or your face, that switches on that switches on the vagus nerve. You can also I like to put something cold on the back of my neck. That normally really helps as well.
Do you use any of those vagus nerve things? What do they call it? Neurosim or
like
what?
like a vagus nerve stimulator. Yeah, I do. I've got one. I think it kind of makes
they work. I mean, the problem is I find I fall between knowing that I have this.
Yeah. And then feeling.
And then being a terrible cynic about the whole thing.
Yeah. I think the issue is if I'm already feeling that anxious, I don't want to use a device. I don't want to have to kind of do anything. But yeah, normally it's like breathing and moving the body, because like all emotions are just energy in motion. So when you're feeling that anxiety, you can move it through your body, and then it's going to be like discharge it. It's going to be over quicker. So like if you can't get outside, just like jump, do star jumps, dance, whatever, just move your body. Go for a walk, get outside, get in nature. Sometimes I call my therapist, like it just kind of depends.
I find for me,
what do you do?
I just pick up the phone to somebody and go,
and say
this is going around my head. The minute I've verbalized it, it takes the power out of it in here, because left to its own devices, that is a cesspool.
No, I agree.
That will turn the nicest of things into a disaster.
If I'm with people, I'll tell them what's going on. I'll be like, okay, I'm having a panic attack, we're fine, just so you know.
I'm going to breathe now. Don't make a fuss.
Just going to lie on the floor, like everything's okay.
But it is that funny thing, and it is very characteristic, because you come across as very calm, very on it, like, you don't worry, Millie's got this. Yeah. And I think that is particular to some people with ADHD, that they want, they have to appear a certain way.
Yeah.
And, I grew up in an environment where you had to appear a certain way.
Okay.
And that drove masks that I would put on to sort of deflect what was going on. And it's quite hard to remove, as a middle-aged man, it's quite hard to remove those, or even identify that, oh God, I do that all the time. Yeah. But I think it's that thing of like, I'm always learning. It's like, I have to be open to stuff.
I think we're always learning, and understanding I have ADHD has taught me a lot. Like you were saying, what other things do I do? And it's like real lifestyle changes. Obviously, I don't drink alcohol. I don't really eat refined sugar. I prioritize my sleep, like 8 hours at least, as like so protected in my kind of routine.
How do you do that with children though? Because I mean, how old are your kids now?
They have a really good routine, and they normally sleep through the night. They are 4 and almost 6.
Now, do they join you? Because obviously you try to live a structured life and not put anything negative in your body, but you do like a Wotsit.
How do you know about this?
Well, you see, we do our research here.
Oh my goodness. This is my guilty pleasure.
I mean, who doesn't like a Wotsit?
They are so good, right? Can we open them?
Yeah, we're going to have Wotsits now.
I just love a Wotsit.
But they're almost healthy because they're baked, right?
Right, and I always think if you're going to have a snack, like go for something savoury, it's going to do less damage.
Yes.
Right? You're not having the sugar.
Well, the other thing as well about it is that...
Oh my God.
Everybody goes on about, I need fat-free that, I need this. No, just cut out the sugar.
Yeah.
Lose the sugar.
The sugar's the killer.
So we are better off with a Wotsit than
like a Mars bar.
Well, no, I don't like a Mars bar.
No, not as too sweet.
Although
quickly for me.
Deep fried, quite nice.
Oh.
Have you ever had a deep fried Mars bar? You don't strike me as someone who's had a deep fried Mars bar.
I don't really eat that much fried stuff.
Oh, I love fries.
I mean, apart from French fries.
Regular listeners and viewers will know at my house we do regularly do deep fry Friday.
Wow.
Because what's not improved by sticking it in a deep fat fryer?
What's your favourite thing to put in the deep fat fryer?
So there is a dish, it's an Aussie dish. And
Yeah.
what you do is you get leftover lasagna, right?
Wow.
And you cut it into finger-sized pieces,
Okay.
right? And then you pan it in breadcrumbs and deep fry that.
Wow.
And then you eat them like an oversized sort of chip.
Wow.
They're phenomenal.
Do you know what I love is crispy rice? You know, like in a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
The crispy rice with the kind of spicy tuna. I love that.
Now, one of the other things you put on your list, which really interested me.
Okay, what that I liked or don't like?
That you do like.
Okay.
Is a shot of olive oil.
Yeah.
In the morning. Right. So I have some olive oil here. Now this is a friend of mine makes this. This is called Kounoupi, and it's a friend of mine, Anna, makes it.
Okay.
In Greece, but the trees are over 2,000 years old.
Wow.
Right, and it is a Menarche olive. Right.
Menarche.
Now a Menarche olive is a much bigger olive and quite an ancient olive, and it doesn't produce as much oil as normal olives that they would use. But a lot of olive oil producers will add a bit of Menarche olive to give it flavour and texture. So it has an extraordinary flavour and an extraordinary texture, this. Now, as an olive oil expert, I mean, you drink this every morning, don't you?
I do, with cayenne pepper and lemon juice.
Right. So tell me, how does that stack up?
Oh, it smells amazing.
It is an extraordinary sort of rich, velvety, very chlorophyll kind of. It's
you want it to
powerful.
You want it to hit the back of your throat. If that's when you know it's got the antioxidant content that you're looking for when you're drinking it every morning.
Because the way if you go for an olive oil tasting, you're supposed to do this. Like that. So that you draw in air, same as a wine tasting.
I'm not going to try and do that with this shot.
That is so smooth and so velvety. It's got an incredible aroma, but it's not, it's very smooth and velvety. It's got a richness to it. So that's Kounoupi. That's
delicious.
You can take that bottle with you.
Oh my God, thank you.
That's for you, as is the rest of these Wotsits, because if we leave those lying around.
Oh, that's so good.
So look, we're going to talk about Made in Chelsea.
Oh God.
Because obviously that's where we got to know Millie, or let's be honest, a version of Millie.
Definitely not the me now.
No.
This was also when I was 21.
Yeah.
And we don't really know who you are when you're 21.
No, clueless.
Clueless.
Do you look back on it fondly, or kind of like, Christ alive?
No, I do kind of look back on it fondly. Because I also appreciate that kind of started my career. And
because you trained as a makeup artist, didn't you?
I did, yeah. That I was working as a makeup artist when I got cast on the show. And, I had dreams of being a makeup artist, but the reality was I was working on the shop floor selling makeup by doing people's makeup.
Which shop?
In Space NK.
In Space NK?
Yeah.
Which one? The Chelsea one?
I was in the one within Harvey Nichols.
Oh, yeah.
It's not in there anymore. But that's where I was working. Even when I first started filming, I think I was still working there like part-time.
And living in a box room as well.
Yeah. You've really done your research.
Yeah, but living in a box room and sort of being pictured getting out of Bentleys and living this lifestyle that you just weren't living.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the bus. You said the bus. It was the number 22.
I got the 22, yeah.
I got kicked off the 22 once.
Oh.
Yeah.
By
a very angry bus conductor. No, I was sober.
Oh.
I know. It was a long story. We won't get into it. But
tell me later.
I then stormed off the bus in a terrible mood and then had to walk along the King's Road at the same pace as the bus with everybody on the bus going, he's horrible. Wasn't a crowning moment for me. So you're in the show, but you were you kind of broke the mold by leaving.
I left after, I think, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe 4. I can't remember how many
that
seasons.
Whole show came to sort of prominence alongside sort of Instagram and social media.
We didn't even have Instagram when it started. It was just Tool and Twitter.
But it then grew into this thing where essentially, and I'm sensing in the sort of ether at the moment that this has become a slightly dirty word. You all inadvertently became influencers. You didn't set out to be influencers.
Because it wasn't actually
it wasn't
a thing.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you have these profiles. People want to put clothes on you. They want to give you things. And now of late, there's a sort of backlash against it. Do you think we're seeing the end of the influencer?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
But sort of Instagram and lots of the social media platforms have sort of changed their algorithm.
It's so saturated. I think, it's scary when, there's kind of AI coming in and there's going to be these like AI influencers. And I think what really stands out is somebody who's authentic, has their own views, has, and talks about their own personal experiences and shares their kind of vulnerabilities. I think there's strength in those type of content creators.
So do you think it's kind of shifted where it will go into two camps? Those that sort of flog stuff and those that are authentic and therefore their recommendations have weight?
I think there's more longevity in for sure. And the things that you're promoting and the products that you're talking about are things you would definitely use in your everyday life. It just, if it's not authentic, it's so obvious to.
But living in the spotlight, as you have done for, 20 odd years now, isn't it? Nearly? Must be.
15. Don't make me feel that old.
No, sorry. Listen, you want to feel old. Anyway.
15 years, yeah.
Yeah. So do you ever look at it, post-diagnosis, post the realization around alcohol, all of that sort of thing is like, it would be quite nice to just disappear now and not have any of this? Or do you feel like, do you still enjoy it? I
feel really fortunate to have the platform that I have now because I have discovered I have a way to help people and I feel I have a calling to help people. And, I would not want to just have a platform where I was just talking about what lipstick I was using and, where my outfit was from. Obviously, I love that side of Instagram. Like I do use it in that way too. And I do get influenced by other people and buy what they're promoting. But I think finding that you can help other people by sharing something you've been through, which has been difficult, and then talking about, something with shame and stigma attached to it in order to help other people, get help. That's really given me a purpose.
Because if you go back, your 2015 book, Made, right? If you go back to there was almost like a sort of, there was a kind of, you sensed there was a need in you to be more authentic than you had been portrayed. And it's almost like this has sort of freed you to be you, and life has changed further this year and you've made changes to your life, which, are really significant, but I think it's about owning it. It's almost that thing. I always take the thing as like, I'm completely open about every aspect of me because then you haven't got anything on me.
Yeah. That's definitely what this book felt like to me. It was like reclaiming this really difficult period of my life that I felt so much shame around and just actually going, I was a bad person.
Well, it's that feeling, isn't it? That even if you don't understand exactly what it is, you kind of, rather than thinking I have an illness, you think I'm wrong somehow. There's something wrong with me. Not this. I've got a condition that I need to address. There's something wrong with me. I'm not right.
Yeah, you feel like you're broken.
Yeah, and it's not. And the other thing is there are. But as we were talking about off camera, there are various ways in which to treat it, alleviate the symptoms, all that sort of thing. But it is about. It's a very individual thing. I don't think there's a one size fits all.
Yeah.
I do a lot of fellowship. I follow a 12-step program. I spend a lot of time in church halls, poorly looked church halls, listening to other alcoholics wang on about how crap their life is. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because that I feel like I belong, and I think a sense of community is a massive thing. And I think you have, like you say, with a calling, you have an opportunity to create a sensible community around not drinking and ADHD.
Yes.
what's the next move for you with that then? Because you've written a great book. You've owned who you are.
There might be another one of these.
Yeah.
In the works.
Oh, there is.
Yes.
There is. Because obviously you have high-profile friends and associations, like you've been part wedding planner for somebody, or is that
I'm
a
not
lie?
even if
Is
I'm saying
is that a complete lie?
A complete lie.
Okay, good. Right, nothing.
We don't need to go there.
No, all right, we won't go there. But I think it's that thing. What I'm sensing now is you're on the cusp of kind of really starting to own who you are. You've reached a kind of age where you're like, I don't care. This is me.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm 36, and I feel like in the last year I've just really had this like awakening to myself and like my true essence, and I've just become a lot more confident at saying no and not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing though, and I think that, but also I think one of the most freeing things for me was realizing I knew nothing. Because part of
surrendering.
Also part of the disease for me is being afraid to sort of be who I really am.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand it and it frightens me, right? But also the other side is that you go, and therefore, if you're pretending to be not that person, you turn into an appalling knoll.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
no one likes
me and a friend of mine, Jimmy, would joke, was like, he's the chair and I'm the vice chair of the Knoll Society.
Okay.
Because that thing that you do with ADHD, and I know it's the same, it's like somebody says something and you instantly want to tell them your kind of version of it. You jump in.
Can't let them finish.
And it does come across like you're either a topper or a knoll, and it's not. It's just
that's so true.
It's just something you've got to get off. It's like it's burning you. You've got to throw it at them, and it's a weird.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Now.
And actually, people in the comments complain about me doing it on this, but it's like it's my condition. Leave me alone. No, but
can't help it.
Can't help it. Now, I've got other stuff for you here.
Well, I'm kind of nervous about this blindfold situation.
No, we're not at the blindfold
You're going to feed me things that I don't like.
I am going to feed you delicious food. That's the whole thing, right? But here we asked you, do you like a burger or a sausage? And I've done you a burger.
Okay.
As it's what they call a
naked burger.
A naked burger.
This is how I get my Five Guys.
This is your Five Guys. So it's a burger. It's a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But wrapped in lettuce. Yeah. All right. Now, I want you to try that burger and tell me what you think of that burger.
Okay. Is this something you've cooked this morning?
This is something I've cooked this morning for you.
Okay.
We've got some napkins there just in case you find it revolting.
We've got cheese. We've got no ketchup. Okay.
I thought you wanted naked.
I do like naked. Okay. I'm going to go for it.
How do we feel about that?
What is in them?
Is it nice? It's delicious, right?
Is that meat?
No, it's not. That is a simplicity burger.
Wow. It tastes meaty, though.
Well, what it has is flavour and texture. But with a simplicity burger, what you have is fermented vegetables.
That's delicious.
Excellent. We like that reaction. But no nasties, no chemicals. So that is a burger, but it's not an ultra-processed food. It's clever, right?
I've never liked a veggie burger before.
But now you do.
I would never eat a veggie burger because it's basically very processed and
at Simplicity,
doesn't taste good.
At Simplicity, we took a revolutionary approach to plant-based eating, which is we use vegetables.
Yeah. Is that vegan cheese?
No.
Okay, I was going to say vegan cheese.
Well, some vegan cheese is okay. It depends. I mean, a lot of vegan cheese can taste like catsup blended with sawdust, but that one is actually just that. You know what that is? That's that classic sort of cheap French one, the Port Salut, which I think is great on a burger.
That's delicious.
Good.
What
Well,
vegetables are in there?
this is where you're going to be slightly shocked.
Okay.
Okay,
Try
because
again.
by fermenting vegetables, you change the flavor profiles and the texture profiles of them. Guess what's in it?
Mushroom.
Yes.
That's the only one I can really
Okay.
maybe pick out.
Onion and your favorite, beetroot.
Really?
Mhm.
See, beetroot is, if it's cooked in something, fine. My boarding school, I was made to eat like, raw beetroot.
Well, the ones that are just vinegary and horrible and sort of, no. I mean, look, plenty of people, school food has a lot to answer for a lot of food phobias and dislikes for people. But the whole premise of Spooning with Mark Wogan is, I believe, outside of a phobia or a life choice or, an allergy, there's no such thing as a bad ingredient.
Right.
So, but...
It's how you use it.
Yeah, but simplicity is about changing the perception of how plant-based is viewed, because I think it's got a bad rap. And, and the reason I'm pro it is I started the company with Neil Rankin and my brother. So I'm literally just promoting my own thing there. But I'm glad you enjoyed that. That's good. I like the fact that we've changed your mind.
Is that on the menu? It's not here, right?
No, it's not here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's various places you might go. You could have that. Do you ever go to Soho House?
Yeah.
It is the burger at Soho House. But also, it's now available in Waitrose and on Ocado. So you can order it to your house.
I'm going to try and get my kids to eat some more vegetables.
Or we can just send you boxes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
But it is a great way to get kids to eat more vegetables, because we serve it in a format that people understand, which is a sausage or a burger or a meatball or a mince or a pie.
Yeah.
But it's all about, just because it comes in a format that you understand, just because it is easy to eat and cook, it doesn't need to be bad for you. And that's the whole thing.
I love that.
That said, we have got to that time of proceedings.
Okay.
Where I am going to hand you the fetching Spooning with Mark Wogan.
Okay.
I'm asked.
If I don't like something, I am going to just spit it out.
You wouldn't be the first. Can I just say?
I'm not
if you
gonna,
did spit it out. And the nice thing about the smug eye mask is you can put it over your eyelashes. It's got.
Okay. It's not going to damage my
lashes. That's a strong look for you there.
Okay.
Here's the first one. I'm going to bring that.
Emma, okay. Okay.
There we go. You look lovely. Don't worry about it.
I'm not going to be able to...
So this is...
You're going to give me the fork, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to feed you. This is an exercise in trust. Okay?
I'm scared.
I'm going to get the Wotsits out of the way, actually. Put those down there.
Okay, so far you've fed me things that have been successful.
Yep. Okay, here we go. So I am going to put together a little delicious mouthful of this just for you. And you've got to try and decide what this is. Lean in a little. I don't want to drop it in your lap. There we go. Oh, there we go. We did get a little in your lap. Let's get rid of that now before it stains. What have we got?
It.
Good.
Is it pasta?
It is pasta, yes.
Is it gluten-free?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Don't you worry about that. If I said to you, Ristorante La Tonarella, would you know what I was talking about? Little place on the Amalfi Coast, perhaps?
No, it's with the zucchini.
Yes. So it's Jacky Onassis's favourite.
Yes.
It's Spaghetti Jacky. You can take that off now.
Oh my God, I was like, what is it? Delicious.
Yeah. So that is a particular dish that is served in a restaurant on the Amalfi Coast called Ristorante de Tonarella, which is where Jacky Onassis used to turn up on Aristotle's boat.
You have to get that by boat,
Just turn up on a second husband's boat and have that dish, which is, it's sort of halfway between a sort of primavera and a carbonara.
Yeah.
So it's zucchini or courgette, basil, pancetta, and then a little bit of onion and some Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, this is what I make if I want, when you've had a bad day.
Yep.
You're like, I just need comfort.
Pasta is all about that. It's good though, right? I mean, you've actually eaten that in that restaurant. How is that as a representation? Have I got close?
Close. The zucchini isn't diced. It's kind of like
Sliced.
it's like long pieces, ribbons. Yeah.
Ah. So, but they don't do it as like.
And they didn't actually do it, I think, even without the bacon.
Do they?
Yeah. But then when I make it at home, I put the pancetta. Obviously,
You've got to have
it's
the
delicious.
pancetta. What is an improved? I mean, obviously, unless you're vegan and vegetarian, by pancetta, smoky, delicious.
I think carbonara is probably one of my favorite pastas.
I do love carbonara.
Yeah, it's just it's so comforting.
And like you were saying, that there are, when it comes to gluten-free, because you are gluten-free due to quite a sort of severe intolerance to it. Hence, we're not serving you a pizza today because unfortunately, we don't do gluten-free here at Home Slice because we've only got one oven.
Do feel sad looking at how beautiful those pizzas are coming out the oven.
Pizza. I mean, look, as you say, in a couple of days, you're on the red carpet. You don't want to be on the red carpet and the stomach.
It will just come straight out the other end. It's not good.
Okay, that's
too much.
We said share, not scare. Anyway, so
sorry.
You continue to be this person in the spotlight, which is sort of half you, half not you.
I am and I'm not. Like, most of my time I'm a mum.
Yes.
Who is the chief bottom wiper in the house, and my life is not like showbiz glamour like most of the time.
No, well, I mean, the kids are still at an age where they require a full-time mum, and you are a full-time mum.
Yeah, I always think that's kind of the first thing when someone says, "What do you do?" And I'm like, I'm a mum.
But if a big sort of, I mean, if you could have one gig beyond what you do now, if somebody said to you, "Look, Millie, there's a blank piece of paper. We're going to give you a show, or you can be on a show," what would it be? Is it on a celebrity? You want to go into the jungle?
I'd love to have a cooking show.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you inherited your mother's skills as a cook.
I grew up with her cooking a lot at home. I was in the kitchen that she had a lot. I would be helping her. It was just a big part of our life.
Now, my mother, who's sadly no longer with us, she was my inspiration and why I became a chef. But right up until the end, she always knew better in that kitchen. And I would literally go, "Don't worry, I only done this for 20 years as a profession, but obviously if you want to do it that way," we'd have a kind of playful back and forth.
I know, me and my mum can be a bit like that, like with like Christmas dinner. That's really like the one time now that we're really like together and cooking. But we kind of know it's okay, I'm doing this, you're doing that. Right, it works really well. But she's very good at like planning out all of the timings and like how everything's going to come out perfectly at the right time. And I did like the pre-lead cooking course at school, and you kind of learn how to do all of that.
Yeah.
But I'm quite out of practice with that kind of cooking now, because now it's just like, getting the kids fed and.
But that thing of just when it comes to your kids and feeding your kids, putting that little extra effort in makes such a difference to how kids eat.
I mean, sometimes I try and like make like a nice face or like make it really beautiful, and it's still like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, you see, I always had a rule, which was you can't say you don't like it if you haven't tried it.
I always
and we would have battles.
I
mean, don't get me wrong. It would be a face-off at the table, but now we eat everything.
Yeah,
and I think that is an important gift to give your kids.
Yeah,
because
I love cooking with me.
Well, I think, given how food is in the ultra-processed environment, your child can very quickly become a vegetarian.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a battle that we've had with the younger one particularly.
So, full-time mum, if a offer came, like, for, say, go in the jungle, would the jungle be appealing? No.
I like my comforts. I'm also just a bit of a wuss.
Oh, yeah.
I would be like, get me out of here on like the first day.
I don't know. You strike me as slightly tougher than that.
I mean, I did camp in the Sahara Desert for a week in November, but.
Hello.
But, it's like I'm claustrophobic. It's like they kind of have to go in like a kind of coffin with like stakes. I'm just like, absolutely no way would I do that.
But I think it's that
To eat,
thing
like,
of
kangaroos' balls.
yeah. I'm kind of with you. I mean, I
Also
could
something
eat it, but I
mean,
don't want to.
No.
But I think it's that thing of I spent unwittingly so much of my life in a sort of state of semi-fear
Yeah.
that I was constantly combating.
Yeah.
Actually, when it comes to challenges, I'm much more capable than I think I am. And I'll take on stuff and people go, how did you do that? It's like, well, I just went and did it. And they're like, really? I couldn't do that. And so I think it's that thing where we don't give ourselves enough credit for the people we are. What about sequins and dancing if that came along? Because I mean, they're going to need, you know, with Claudia and Tess gone, they're going to need some proper people on there. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh.
I'm dyspraxic, so I find the idea of learning a routine. I know your wife's a dancer.
My wife is a dancer, and let me tell you,
I cannot learn a routine.
No, I'm the same. And she natural rhythm abound. Right?
Okay, I don't think you've got any natural rhythm either.
And I mean, the dance is in me. It's just not structured.
Right. Yes.
But
yeah, I relate to that.
But she constantly finds it hilarious that I can't. You know, it's
yeah. You know,
like a Zumba class is my idea of hell.
You know, like TikTok came out and like got my agent going. You've got to make some TikTok content. Get on there and like do one of the dance routines. And I'm there like. So bad. I was like, I just can't actually do it. It's just like, I feel so old and embarrassing.
No, it's that thing of, I have to experience it myself. And then once it's logged, I can do it over and over and over and over again. Yeah. So it's like with food, with cooking, with that kind of thing. It's like, show me, let me fumble around with it. And then, but I never found that with food. But what I do find is that thing of, and I don't know whether it's a cultural thing, in a group, certainly in a group, like I was going to say, my idea of hell is a Zumba class.
Yeah, me too.
And you're just there going...
Because people are watching you.
I'm going to the back.
Yeah.
I don't know what...
One thing I've got into since I stopped drinking is kind of somatic dance. Like it's got different names, like ecstatic dance or 5 rhythms. Which are all slightly different. But essentially, it's dancing in to heal yourself, and it's a kind of like a moving meditation. You go to a kind of a class, and they're normally in like churches or a kind of yoga studio, no alcohol, there's a DJ, and you just what do you think?
No, I'm just thinking that.
You be into it?
No, I think I could do that, but the thing I have discovered, which is again where Susan stepped in and just picked it up like that, and I was just going, can you stop doing the way of the rope?
The way of the rope.
So a weighted rope.
Okay.
And you do all these motions with it. I do. So I get
as exercise.
As exercise and a form of sort of movement meditation as well.
I've never tried that.
It's fantastic. It's a guy called Tim Sheaf. It's
wow.
brilliant. You would love it. But obviously don't do it around Susan because she'll be doing it like that, going, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's really easy. And you're like, oh, get lost. I'm going to ask you to put the blindfold on again then.
Okay.
Because it is time.
It's about time again.
Yep, it is time.
Okay.
For spoon number 2.
How many spoons? Okay. Right. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Spoon number 2. Don't be nervous.
Okay, so far it's all been good. So
okay, here we go. Open wide. This is quite a small mouthful. This. Flavors, textures. No, no. Okay. There we go. Here's something. You can spit it into that if you like. What was so immediately repulsive?
Kind of the spiciness.
Well, it's not that spicy. It's sort of sharpness.
I told you, I'm really sensitive spiciness. Yeah. Okay, it was like...
You've got a little bit, you've still got a little on your chin there. There we go. There we go. Lovely. There it is. That's good. You look fine now.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm going to try and figure out by like touching it.
You're supposed to chew it, Millie, not...
Okay, should I put it back? Should I be brave?
Yeah, try it. Go on. Vibrate. There you see. Much braver than you think.
And is it onion?
No.
I don't like the texture of it.
You don't like the texture of it?
Okay,
okay, so we know. What else don't you like? Has the flavour not come through? I mean, I did my best to try and disguise the flavour. I've always done a good job of
Is it
disguising.
cucumber?
Yes, it is.
Let's see. There we go.
It's a smacked cucumber.
I like gherkins, but that is too cucumbery.
Okay. So, yeah. So
I have an aversion to cucumber. Like my dad has it as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But you like a gherkin?
Like a cornichon more.
No, I like a cornichon. Who doesn't
Yeah.
like a cornichon?
But no, I do like a gherkin.
But that's lovely Asian. So I've got rice wine vinegar in there. I've got garlic, salt, sugar.
It was definitely
soy
tastier
sauce.
than if it had just been like raw cucumber, like just nothing on it. They would have spat it straight out.
Well, I mean, so you still spat it straight out because you hated the flavours. So what you're saying is you won't be having the second spoon.
I won't be having this.
Well, Millie, I just want to thank you for being a great sport. I want to thank you for being a great guest. I want to thank you for being honest about who you are. And please continue to do that because I know it helps people. We'll look forward to whatever happens next for you. Huge thank you to Millie. And of course, her book, Bad Drunk, is available to buy. And there's another installment on the way, seemingly. So we'll look forward to that. Obviously, this episode has contained information about alcohol and alcohol abuse. So go to drinkaware.co.uk if you think you need help. I will be back next week with another very special guest who will be trying the food that they think they love and the food that they think they hate. And as ever, they will be blindfolded. If you've not had enough of me, you can find me on Grumpy Old Men on Talk TV, and you can find me on Virgin Radio Chill Saturdays and Sundays, 10 till 2 p.m, playing some very, very chill music. But until next week, stay beautiful.